Okay guys, now for your homework, we're going to take our workbook and I need you to please open it on page 94. Guys, remember, you have 1 week to finish this homework and it's going to be checked. Now, as you can see, these exercises are about a TED Talk. We know you don't have the audios or the video, so here we are giving you a link to the YouTube video where you can watch this TED Talk. The title is 10 Ways to Have a Better Conversation. Now let's look at exercise number 1, and it says, listen to the TED Talk excerpts, choose the correct words or phrases to complete the sentences. Listen again and check your answers. So here we have 7 sentences, and each one has 3 different words or phrases to choose from. You have to pick the one that fits best with the sentence. Remember, you can always go back and listen again to the TED Talk. Now for exercise number 2, you have to watch part 1 of the TED Talk and then choose the correct option to complete each sentence. In this exercise we have 6 sentences and each one has different options to complete them. You have to choose the one that matches with what they say in the TED Talk. You have to listen carefully. Now for exercise number 3, it says, watch parts 2 and 3 of the TED Talk. Match the rules 1 through 6 with the explanations A through F. So here you have 6 sentences and 6 options that can go with them. Remember, you have to choose the one that fits with what they say in the video. And for the last exercise, it says, choose the correct word or phrase to complete each sentence. This exercise is about vocabulary, and it's very similar to the first one. You have 6 sentences, and each one has 3 different options that can complete the sentence. You have to choose the one that matches with the vocabulary they're using in the TED Talk. So that's about it for your homework, guys. Remember, you have 1 week to finish it.
Hi guys! First time we talked during this disaster. If you didn't recognize me, I'm Abby. Today is my turn to check the homework with you in the section I like to call Homework with Abby. Okay, no, but many of us will be here with you checking your homeworks. We hope you're actually making an effort to study. We know it's not easy, but we can do it. So let's go to your workbook, page 90 and 91. In these pages, the book shows us are written about plants, especially if they can communicate with each other just like animals or people. They also show us research about the same topic, but I'm really sure that you already read it, right? Come on, go for your workbook and let's get to work. So let's go to exercise number 1. Read the statements. Are the sentences true or false? Or is the information not given? First, we'll read all of them and then we'll answer them. Number 1. It's possible that plants of the same type recognize one another as members of a related group. Number 2. Plants may use chemical signatures to send messages through their leaves. Number 3. Sea rocket is a plant you can eat and it tastes like fresh seafood. Number 4. Some plants seem to know that certain neighbors can help prevent the growth of competing weeds. Number 5. A plant called fail cress produces a poisonous oil when it feels that an insect is eating its leaves. Number 6. Scientists have discovered that all plants all speak the same language. So, let's go back to number 1 and this time we'll check all of them. Number 1. It's possible that plants of the same type recognize one another as members of a related group. This is true. In paragraph number 1, it says like animals and people, it seems that plants are able to recognize friends and relatives in order to work together. So it's true. Number 2. Plants may use chemical signatures to send messages through their leaves. This one is false. In paragraph number 2, it says that they send messages through their roots, not their leaves. Number 3. Sea rocket is a plant you can eat and it tastes like fresh seafood. This time they don't tell us about the taste of the sea rocket. They tell us another characteristics, but not about the taste. So it's not given. Number 4. Some plants seem to know that certain neighbors can help them prevent the growth of competing weeds. It is true. Also in paragraph number 2, it says that they grow aggressively alongside unrelated neighbors, but they are less competitive when they share space with their siblings. Number 5. A plant called tail cress produces a poisonous oil when it feels that an insect is eating its leaves. This one is true. In paragraph number 4, it says that a plant called tail cress produces extra mustard oil, a substance that is mildly poisonous and is disliked by caterpillars. Number 6. Scientists have discovered that all plants all speak the same language. This one is false. Why? Because they talk about the possibility of plants speaking the same language, but they don't really know if it's true or not. Let's go to exercise number 2. Read the text and match the paragraphs 1 through 5 with the main ideas A through G. You may use a number more than once. Let's read them all. Letter A. How plants defend themselves. Letter B. How plants hear their relatives and friends. Letter C. Unanswer questions about plant communication. Letter D. Plants don't communicate like us. Letter E. How plants use chemical signatures to communicate. Letter F. The hidden but complicated social life of plants. And letter G. Plants know when they're being eaten. So these are the main ideas of some of the paragraphs of the text. So we're going to match the number of the paragraph with the main idea. So letter A, how plants defend themselves. This idea is in paragraph number 4 because it talks about how many plants can defend themselves when they know they're being eaten. B, how plants hear their relatives and friends. This one is in paragraph number 3. At the beginning, it says that in addition to chemical signals, it's possible that plants hear one another and use what they hear to recognize their relatives and good neighbors. C. Unanswered questions about plants' communication. This one is in paragraph number 5. It talks about scientists accept that research into plant communication is in its early days. There are still too many unanswered questions to know if plants really talk with other plants. D. Plants don't communicate like us. At the very beginning of the text, it says that obviously plants cannot talk by phone or using social media. E. How plants use chemical signatures to communicate. This one is in paragraph number 2. It says that they use chemical signatures specific to each plant's family in order to identify themselves. F. The hidden but complicated social life of plants. This one is also in paragraph number 2, but this time is more like a commentary of a scientist by Dr. Susan Dudley of the university. He says that plants have this kind of hidden but complicated social life. G. Plants know when they are being eaten. This one is actually the beginning of paragraph number 4. Plants have even demonstrated that they know when they're being eaten. And that's the end of exercise 2. Let's go to the next one. Exercise 3. Read the text again and match the statements 1 to 5 with the place or person A through E. Number 1. Plants can recognize when a good neighbor is growing next to them. This was said by Monica Gagliano, so it's letter B. Number 2. Chili seedlings sprout more quickly when grown next to good neighbors. This was said by the University of Western Australia. So this is letter E. Number 3. Close related plants work together to succeed in their environment. This was said by McMaster University, so it's letter B. 4. Plants such as cress are able to defend themselves from plant-eating insects. This was said by the University of Missouri, so it's letter C. Number 5. Plants have a hidden but complicated social life. This was said by Susan Dudley, that is letter A. And this is the end of exercise number 3. Let's go to the next one and last one. Vocabulary building. Negative prefixes. Number 4. Complete the sentences with these negative prefixes and the adjectives in parentheses. You may use some of the prefixes more than once. So in the box we have the prefixes m, in, ear, and on. Number 1. Though it may seem blank, researchers now agree that plants are able to communicate. We have the word believable. So the answer should be unbelievable. Number 2. Obviously, plants are blank to send text or make phone calls. The word is able. So the answer would be unable. Number 3. Whether or not plants can talk may be blank to some people, but to many scientists it's a fascinating topic. The word is relevant. So the answer should be irrelevant. Number 4. Without sophisticated technology, it would be blank to record the sounds a caterpillar makes. The word is possible. This one is really obvious. The answer is impossible. Number 5. The idea that plants can talk does seem like an blank concept. The word is usual. So the answer is unusual. Number 6. Imagine having an blank conversation with a plant. The word is formal, so the answer would be informal. And congratulations, well done! This was the end of exercise 4 and your first homework that was checked. Guys, remember to check and correct if it's necessary and keep up the good work. Guys, please be careful, take care of yourselves, and we hope that this will end soon. We love you guys. Please take care. Until next time.